Greetings, viewers at home, and welcome to Arise, a new perspective. My name is Patricia Ndaba, and I am your host. I would like to acknowledge all our viewers who are watching from GNF TV and GNF TV YouTube channel, as well as GNF Ministries Facebook page. I would like to also acknowledge Baba Nomama Bishop. Today, in Arise, we are talking about a very important subject. We are talking about a relationship between people and money. Maybe you are seated at home, you're asking yourself, why should we discuss money? It is important to discuss money so that we get informed about our financial decisions that we make towards money, so that we can build a good relationship with money, and money will also build a good relationship with us. We need to talk money so that we become informed about money matters, so that we are able to make informed decisions about money. To talk more about relationship between people and money, we are joined in studio by Mr. Maboi Mashabela, who is a corporate lawyer in banking. Welcome, Mr. Mashabela, to Arise.
Thank you very much, Sis Pet. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you. And we are also joined in studio by Lerato, who is a life coach and who's also a performance management and organizational development specialist. Welcome, Sis Lerato.
Thank you, Sis Pet, and good morning to the viewers at home.
Thank you. And thank you for making it to the show. Today we are discussing a very important subject. I know it's not easy to be talking money, right? And relationship. I know, your head will go and the eyes will go so up when we discuss money, but it's something that is important that we need to discuss in families. It's something that we need to teach our children with. Today, Mr. Mashabela, we are on a Rise show. We are talking money. How can we encourage someone who's watching our show, who is in financial crisis, who says, now I don't know what to do?
Wow. Very important that when you find yourself experiencing any kind of crisis, you step back,
Yes.
you reassess, and put yourself into the middle of the drama. Understand what role is it that you are bringing? What contribution are you bringing into the occurrence of the crisis itself? Step back, identify the causes, identify areas where you can do better in, things that you are doing which you may not be requiring to be doing. There's a lot when you talk about money that we put money into use, abuse, and disuse of, which we can actually do away with. I think you correctly mentioned that you need to have a healthy relationship with money. That health can only be restored if we know where is it that we are going wrong.
Thank you so much. That's very profound, Mr. Mashabela. Sis Lerato, how can we encourage someone who is watching at home, who says, I don't even have a cent, so why should I talk about money? Because I don't even have it. So why? How is relevant to me?
So it's conversations that are a bit thorny. Money is a thorny conversation, but it's conversations that needs to be had, or we need to have those conversations rather. So you don't have money at home, but you are thinking about it. So the question is, I don't have money. How can I have money? What are the things that I can do? How can I equip myself as a human being so that I can have that money? Now, before you even have that money, you need to be asking yourself, what do I need the money for? So that when the money lands in your pockets, it goes to the places that you had intended for it to go to. So these conversations are very important to even have it as kids who are young. You give a child 5 rands. They need to know when they have that money, what do they do? So if I don't have money, the questions that I would be asking myself would be, if I were to have 100 rands today, what am I going to do with it? So those conversations are very important. Now, when you know that if I have 100 rands today, this is what I'm going to do with it, then the next question is, I don't have it. What can I do within my own capabilities for me to go and make sure that I get that money? And there will be various things that we can do. It would be maybe if you are looking for a job, you look for a job. If you're not finding it, what other avenues are available for you to have that money?
Thank you, Sister Lerato. So what you're saying is that planning is important.
Very.
Plan, financial planning, plan before you spend, before you blow it.
Yes.
When you get it, you must plan. Mr. Mashabela, would you like to say anything about planning when you get that 100 rand? Why it's important to plan?
Certainly. So you have to set financial goals in your life. As Cecilia Lerato said, you have to know what is it that you would like to put your money into use for. Financial goals, setting financial goals, it's not the kind of thing that many people do when they say, I've got a New Year's resolution. These are goals that have to be set as life happens, not as the year ends. We have to keep reviewing the needs that we have in our personal lives and say, what do I need to better my life? If you could be a young family, say you've just had a newborn, you now need to start including the existence of that new human being into your life in how you plan and how you use money, how you plan for and how you use money. So it becomes quite important. If you know you are looking for a job, and you going looking for a job also will require certain things to be expended on, such as buying data and things. So you need to plan for all those things. So you have to plan in accordance not just with your current circumstances, but based as well on what your future aspirations are. Planning also helps you track whether you are using money for the right things that matter for you. But planning also encourages saving, which says, I'm not going to spend on things that would not be coming and be adding value into my life.
Wow, thank you so much. Viewers at home, we're talking about relationship between people and money. What is coming out today is that you need to plan before you spend. You do not blow it, but you need to plan. If you get that 100 rand, plan how you want to spend it. Are you spending your money effectively? Are you spending your money on things that are useful in your life? And we have a money rule, Mr. Mashabela, that says spending less than you earn. Viewers at home, you cannot spend more than what you have. You cannot spend on what you do not have. So it means you must first have something and spend after. So today we're still discussing relationship between people and money. You are on a rise and you are still on GNF TV. Mr. Mashabela, what are we talking about when we talk about relationship with money?
I think it's such a loaded question, ma'am, because it's a question that says, if you think about generally relationships, you expect relationships, any relationship to be founded, to be based on the principles of respect, the principle of admiration and affection, the principle of really peaceful coexistence between the parties that are forming part of a relationship. Unfortunately, though, is the view that is quite dominant out there, which says money is the one area where we expect and almost tend to be okay with there being an abusive relationship, really, and just expecting things to still function okay, which can't be right. You know, when you see that a relationship is not working well for everybody, there's a need for interventions to restore things to their normality. So it's quite important to make sure that you spend you have a good relationship with money so that you can spend on things that matter for you today. Money is such a funny thing. If you spend on things that it can actually grow further monies into your life, it can actually take care of you. Back to the rule that you were talking about. If we expect money to take care of us, we must start really taking good care of money.
I
So it's
like
quite
that.
important.
I like that. We need to start taking good care of money, viewers at home. And Mr. Mashabela, I'm assuming that if you take good care of money, money will take good care of you, right?
Oh, certainly. It's a two-way street. I mean, you can personalize it. If you're having a relationship, if two people are having not so much of a healthy relationship, the one person feels abused, feels neglected, that they only, there's a song by Brenda Fassie that speaks about someone being a weekend special of another person. Just having that kind of a relationship where someone just only think of you at certain times that are convenient to them, you then know that that can't be a healthy relationship. If you are having a relationship like that with money, it's time to start
Yes.
looking at rewinding and rejigging things so that your relationship with money can become a bit more healthy.
Thank you so much. Viewers at home, I hope you are learning how to spend your money. So if you have been negligent with the finances, it's time for you today to stop and reconsider. I like the example that Mr. Mashabel has brought in about a relationship. So, if you're in a relationship, you nurture the relationship, you take care of the relationship because relationships are fragile. So, I'm just thinking that if we could do the same with our money, when we get it, we nurture it, we take extra care of our money, definitely it can take extra care of us. Sis Lerato, from the life coaching point of view, what are we talking about when we're talking about the relationship with money?
So from a coaching perspective, it just would echo what you were talking about, having that relationship with money, respecting money. So you bring in values, principles that you've been brought up with, because some of these things that we have in our lives, it's things that were either injunctions or life scripts that were bestowed upon us. So if your relationship is to disrespect money, you have it today, it's your weekend special money, like Uba Mashabela is saying, then obviously you would disrespect money. So that relationship, like you were saying, is not a healthy relationship. So from a coaching perspective, what we then do, we sit and have those conversations. It's conversations around money.
Yes.
Like I said, coaching, it's about conversations. So would sit in, you come in, this is the conversation that I want us to discuss. I want us to be talking about issues of money. Now, depending on your goals that you have that you want to have with money, it can be long or short-term goals, your goal attainment. It could be, I'm not planning, or rather I don't have a retirement savings. If you are working, how can I make sure that I'm going to have a comfortable life when I retire? It could be that you have a business, I want to grow my business, yet whatever money that comes in my business, I use it for other things, so I don't even see where the profit comes in. So those are the conversations that we can have. Probably you are struggling to pay your debts. You've got debts, you are not paying them on time, so that's also not a healthy relationship with money. So depending on those goals, then you'll come in and let us have a conversation around money. And those are the questions that we need to be asking ourselves is, I have money, what do I want my money to do for me? So that is the relationship that you have. So on the questions that you have, I want to grow my money, I want to do this with my money, you'd go on to say, okay, what do I look at, in this relationship that I have with money? What are the things that I need to be looking at, be it in a business perspective, be it as a person who is working? What are my spending habits? Bob Mashabela has spoken about that. Are they healthy, or am I a haphazard spender? When I get
Yes,
to the
yes.
shops, I get there, or am I an emotional spender? If I'm feeling down, I just go to the shops, or what do you do with your money? Are you saving, investment? So those conversations, that do I save for rainy days, or am I investing for the future, things that you would be looking into. And from a business perspective would be, am I spending all my money on operational cost, or is the money that I'm saving for other days? So those are the things that you'll be looking into when we're talking about relationship with money.
Thank you, Sister Lerato. Viewers at home, you are on a rise. We are talking about a very important subject. We're talking about the relationship between people and money. Please follow us on our Facebook page, GNF Ministries Facebook page. If you've missed the first part of the episode, please join us. Please tune into GNF TV. You can also tune into GNF TV YouTube channel. We're still discussing a very important subject. We're talking about the relationship between people and money. It's either you have a good relationship or a bad relationship. And if you have a good relationship with money and you take care of it, it will take care of you. So, Mr. Mashabela, I would like us to look at the signs that you are not having a good relationship with money. We've spoken about the good relationship, we've highlighted, we've hinted on that. Viewers at home, you are still on a rise, and you are watching us on GNF TV. You are watching us on GNF TV YouTube channel, as well as GNF Ministries Facebook page. If you've missed the first part of the episode, please tune in, or you can follow us and like us on our Facebook page. We are still discussing a very important subject. We're still discussing the relationship between people and money. We're saying that money, you must treat it well so that it can treat you well. Mr. Mashabela, what are the signs of not having a good relationship with money?
Good question, Sis Pet. And I think because there are signs, we will know when there's a problem. Some of those signs will be when you are overspending. In other words, you're spending more than what you are earning. An example where your salary or your income is, your income on a monthly basis is 5,000 Rand, but your expenses are beyond that, say 10,000 Rand. You now know that there's a problem. With that scenario, what you will also see is that you end up struggling to make ends meet, especially on the most basic level towards the end of your current earning period. In fact, before your next paycheck, you know that there's a problem there, because you will end up having to ask for money for transport, for money for most of the basic things. The other sign will be where people are actually spending on things that they don't need. You're buying things that they might be expensive, but you actually do not need. Most probably because you find this item to be on sale, but you actually you don't need that in your life. We could be talking about clothing or machinery or anything really. And the last point, the last symptom will be where you are spending because you are more like wanting to please people. Yes, this could be a family. Yes. People have to start developing the ability to say no. You don't have to spend so that you can please. Other people please by just really being seen in their neighborhood as people that are splashing cash. They have it. And you can just understand it's not so much about spending itself, but it's more about the mindset. Yes. Cecile Lerato spoke to this. When the mindset is right, then the use of money will be right. You don't start correcting symptoms without addressing the root causes. So those are some of the indicators that things are not okay in terms of relationship with money.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mashabela. Viewers at home, we're talking about your mindset that you need to shift. So today we are saying change your perspective about money, change your mindset about money. If uhleli apha ekhaya and uphefumula ngenxeba, this show is for you. It is going to help you to change your perspective about money. It is going to help you to be updated, to know, to make proper decisions about financial matters. It was going to help you not to deprive yourself from, I would say, Mr. Mashabela, from financial wellness or from financial growth, because the more we don't talk about money is the more we deprive ourselves from growing financially. So if viewers at home, we ask about and you've tried everything. So today we're just saying to you, change your perspective, change your mindset, have your financial goals, as Mr. Mashabela has said. But we have Lerato to talk more about the mindset and the things that someone, what are the things that someone can do to build a good relationship with money?
So building a good relationship with money starts with self. You need to be honest with yourself as a person. You need to have, acknowledge that, what, maybe there is a need for me to start looking into my money, looking into my finances. There's a need that I want to have a healthy relationship, like Mr. Mashabela was saying earlier on, with my money. So now when you do that through coaching, you can partner with any coach that you have or that you want to, and you have those discussions. So your coach will be helping you to direct you in terms of, okay, these are the things that you're coming in with in terms of money or in relations to money. Can we have an honest conversation about it? Have an honest conversation. Where does these behaviors or these patterns that you have with money derive from? So once you tap into that, then you are able to say, okay, I've identified the root cause, like Mr. Mashabela was saying, that, the root cause or my, you will cut this part, my relationship with money comes from my upbringing, for instance, or the beliefs that I have that if I have money, I must be seen by what I wear. He spoke about clothing and stuff like that. So you end up spending on what you want more than the needs. So those would be the things that you look into. So you need to talk about what are the truths that are there with money. Reality is I can't spend money that I don't have. What are the lies that I'm telling myself about money? It would be, I need to look a particular way. I need to have a particular thing for me to be seen that I have money. So when we, in coaching conversations, you will set your goals. We'll look into looking at your credit record. What is your credit record saying? That will not lie to you. It will tell you exactly how you are spending. You look into, this is how much I'm spending for insurance. Can I get a lesser premium? Do I need to have this particular one? And I'm not saying people shouldn't be having insurances. You look into the retirement space. Do I have money saved up for, or invested for my retirement? Don't I have it? You look into budgeting. Budgeting, Mr. Mashabela spoke at length about it.
Yes.
This is how much I earn. I earn 5,000 rands. How do I make it within the 5,000 rands that I'm earning? You look into issues of debts, the debts that I have, which ones can I pay off so that I will have excess of money. So in coaching, those conversations will happen, and a coach can direct you into the way that you want to direct your money. Thanks.
Thank you, Lerato. Wow, that is so profound. Viewers at home, I would like to encourage you today to start having those financial conversations. Because if you find yourself borrowing money from friends, if you find yourself that you cannot pay, Mr. Mashabela, you cannot pay the required amount, from your creditors, it's another sign that it's an alarming sign that there is a problem.
Definitely.
If you find yourself that you have to borrow before month end, if you find yourself that you don't have the money for your petrol, for your taxi, and it's affecting you going to work, those are the little signs that we need to be aware of. If that is happening with you, I just want to encourage you today that it's never too late to work on your finances. It's time for you today to stop, to reconsider, and reset by starting having your financial goals. In closing, Mr. Mashabela, what would you like to say to our viewers at home?
So Sis Patty, it's said that the best time to save, to start saving, was 20 years ago. Yes, you'll think that you will all start crying over spilled milk, but the next best time to start saving is tomorrow. This really just says to all of us that it doesn't matter how unhealthy relationships we could have had with money. We have the opportunity right now on our hands to reset and try and restore and repair the relationship we have with money. It can be done. It can be done. You must just be willing. You need reintrospection. You need to start working with a mindset, a positive mindset that says, I don't care how unhealthy the relationship might have been, but I would like to make it right now. And start identifying practical things, items that you can go into in terms of your own behaviors to say, these are the things that I would like to start see change.
Thank you so much. Lerato, in closing, what would you like to say? How would you encourage our viewers at home?
It's never too late. Like you were saying earlier on, reset, take a step back, look into your finances, be honest with your finances and say, this is what I have, what can I make of it? It is doable. It's not something that you can do overnight. However, it is something that can be done so that you can also have the financial freedom that everyone is yearning for. Look for other ways of how I can have excess money. The world is in the palm of your hands. You can shape it the way that you want to do it. Even with this relationship, you can mold it the way that you want it to be molded. It's not easy. It needs to be refined there and there. However, we are confident that this show will help you to do that. Look at the highlights, the good things, and celebrate them that you are doing when it comes to your money. And the ones that are not so good, you say, you know what, these are my areas of development. It's not something that cannot be changed. You can change it. So thank you so much, Sister.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us in the show. Viewers at home, thank you so much for tuning in. If you've missed the episode, you can go to our GNF TV. You can tune in into our GNF YouTube channel. You can follow us and you can join us on our GNF Ministries Facebook page. Please join me again, your host, Patricia Ndaba, at our next show, where we'll be still changing your story here at Arise, a New Perspective. And thank you.